How do we create a Google Plus community right off our Gmail, our CINT or corporate Gmail account? We use Google Apps for our work. So it's pretty simple. First thing I do is to go to my Google Plus account. You should make sure that you have your CINT account as the one active here. You might have others. Sometimes the browser gets confused. And the only way to avoid it is really to use different browsers for different things. But if you pay attention, it will be fine. So here, we go to communities. And then the first thing I see is a list of all the communities I'm already part of. Right? Most of them are internal communities created at CINT, but some of them aren't. Like this New York City photography here that I'm a member of. It's not a community created by me or anyone at CINT. So most of them are communities that we created and we are collaborating using them. Very specific subjects. Also, if you scroll down, you can see Discover communities are communities suggested by Google, and you can see people in your circles who are members of them. So it's pretty cool for you to find new communities. That's not what we want to do. I want to create a new community. So ideally, I would look in all the communities created in our domain and look if there's already a community with that subject or similar to that one. Because I don't know if someone at CINT created this community that I want to create, didn't invite me, didn't post in our directory, CINT Plus. So I don't know if that community exists. I might be creating something that already exists. Google, unfortunately, hasn't provided us yet functionality to search for all communities inside our domain. This is something that I asked them to do. Hopefully in the future, near future, they're going to allow us to do that. That's why we created CINT Plus. Not only it's where we have everyone, it's basically our intranet now. We have links to our applications and corporate information, but also we have links, places where you can go. You come here to a category like Teams community, and then you can see the teams inside CINT. For instance, subject matter communities, you can see the Agile community talking about Agile. Things like that. So we created that because we don't have this search capability inside the domain. But also CINT Plus is the place where everyone needs to be part of because we are talking about things that are of common interest. So it's our new intranet. So let's get back to the creation. I'm assuming then the community that I want to create, which is a community to talk about gadgets in the Internet of Things, so that we can keep track of those things, hasn't been created by someone else. Right? So there are two options here. I can create a public community. That means anyone, anywhere can find the community, can join the community, and then can start posting without asking for permission. So this is not ideal because you can't control anything. Of course, you can, as a moderator, kick the person out or delete the post, but it's not ideal, right? Because it's not you cannot find those things out in a timely manner when it's needed. So we don't want to create that. We do have two communities that are public today. One of them I created to discuss Google Plus communities because I wanted to have a place where we can discuss that with other people in other companies about it. And Startup Talk. So those are the two ones who are public. Every other community should be private by default. So if you are thinking about creating a public community, please contact me so that we discuss, the need. It might be the case, and you might be allowed to do it. But so far, the safest path is to create a private community. That means not everyone will find it, not everyone will be able to join it, and I'll explain now how it works. So this community, we'll call it Gadgets and Internet of Things. And there are two options. One, you can hide it completely. That means that only people that who you actively invite for the community can join. They are not going to be able to find the community listed anywhere. So this is great when you have this idea of a small group of people who are collaborating in a very specific subject, like a project inside CINT. So you can do that, and you don't want anyone outside the project to be part of it, be it inside CINT employee or not. So this is not the case for gadgets in Internet of Things. I want lots of people to join. So I will select the second option, which is yes, people can find it and ask to join, right? That means that I'll post the link to CINT Plus, people will see it, and the ones interested in the subject will be able to ask to join. I wish Google had given us another option, would be yes, people in your domain can find it and ask to join. That would be great, because then we don't need to be looking after people who are not in our domain asking to join. We need to simply ignore those requests because we don't want people outside our domain, in this case, to be part of this community. But that's not available yet, so I'll pick this one. You could think about, okay, what if I select this first one, hide it from searches, and then I post a link of the community in our CINT Plus. The problem is that people will then click on there and they will see the community, but there's no button to ask to join. So there's no way. They would need to send you an email as a moderator and then ask you to invite them. It's really troublesome. Google could simply could fix this in a very simple way. If they allowed us to post an invitation in one community. So as a moderator, I could start an invitation to an entire community, in this case CINT Plus. But that's not possible today. You can only invite people in your circles, right? So unfortunately, there's no way around it. We need to select this one. Yes, people can find it and ask to join. So you need to be looking for people who are not in our domain. If they ask to join, you simply ignore it. How do you see that? So unfortunately, again, and I asked Google to help us with that, if 10 people ask to join your community, you need to hover your mouse over each of them to see the label at CINT. Ideally, the label would be visible all the time. So let's create it. Google also shows some communities that are, according to them, similar to the one that we want to create. That's not the case here, so I'll create my own. And there you go. We have the community, and there are just a few things that we have to do before it's ready. So adding a descriptive tagline. We have the name, the tagline. Picking a photo, then the about section, and create some categories so that people can know where to post what they want to post. So let's start off with, let's discover cool stuff as the headline. To pick a photo, usually I go in Google image search, helps me to find something. I found something that I think it's appropriate to this one, although, you know, not exactly, but we can always come back later and change it. So let me pick this one. It's saved already. So you see here, the standard for this icon is 250 by 250 pixels. It's not exactly the case here. You see that something will be left out, but it's okay, it will look good. There you go, looks good. Then I can put an about. CINT's community for us to discuss those incredible gadgets we love. And then I can start adding categories. So I'll put one for smartphones, another one for notebooks, another one for Internet of Things, and later I can review that. You can also add links here. If you have a page that is intimately related to this one, you could simply enter a title and the URL here. Location is also something that you could add. I think I'm done. So it's created. I can invite people and add some text here talking about, hey guys, come and see the community. And as I said, it would be great if we could invite a community. That way I could make this community private and not searchable, right? But unfortunately, you can't. You can only invite people who are in your circles, right? So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to um, invite anyone now. Since I created this community as searchable and people can ask to join, I can simply get the link and then I can go to my communities. Actually, I'll go directly to CINT Plus, and I want people to find out about this community. And the way we created here some sort of organization. So I have to tell people why they should join this. And first thing, I select a category for it. So this is not a CINT, coder, teams, business, initiative, subject matter, fun communities, people, community, startup, partner. So the closest is fun communities, right? It's a fun thing to talk about those gadgets. If a category that you want to create this community on is not available here and you feel it should, we can create some a new category. So here I'll tell people why. So let's discuss about those new cool stuff that we see emerging every day. And this is an open community. We use this this hashtag. Right? So we're going to share with CINT Plus. And there you go. So hopefully now I'll start receiving requests to join of people willing to join this community because we have almost 1,600 people in this community, so almost the entirety of our staff. So hopefully there will be lots of people joining. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it.